Now, topical application. When you apply an essential oil topically, within 30 seconds, the compounds and constituents of the oil will have circulated to every system of your body, right? Remembering that 400,000 molecules per cell in one drop within 30 seconds. So topical application is extremely effective for getting essential oils in you. Anything you put on your skin, in some sense, you might as well be eating. Now, I'm going to give you some safety guidelines concerning topical application, but first, just a little language lesson. So you need to know two terms. The first is carrier oil. A carrier oil is not the same as an essential oil. Essential oils are volatile compounds, meaning they evaporate quickly. Carrier oils are fats, usually vegetable oils like fractionated coconut oil here. So that's first. Now here comes our second keyword, dilute. We use carrier oils to dilute essential oils when applying them to the skin. They serve as a base for your oil or blend. The key for you to know is that dilute does not mean that you're diluting the actual potency or effectiveness of the essential oil at all. Sometimes you dilute because you're adding it to a body cream or a massage oil, and oftentimes you dilute it to avoid any skin irritation. But as long as your carrier oil is pure, like this fractionated coconut oil, the carrier will prevent irritation but have no negative impact on absorption or potency of the essential oil, okay? So this is doTERRA's fractionated coconut oil. It's colorless and odorless. It remains in liquid form at all temperatures, making it easier to create blends or use those little groovy roll-on bottles that are handy dandy to have with you for quick application. So hopefully that's clear. Let me know if you have any questions. Now here are some safety guidelines so you know when to use a carrier. Different oils have different levels of what we call heat, and so are associated with different levels of sensitivity. So to that end, doTERRA will assign one of three designations for any single oil. N for neat, S for sensitive, or D for dilute. Now, N for neat means that it can be applied directly to the skin without a carrier. A good example of a neat oil would be lavender. S for sensitive, meaning some people will be able to apply it neat, but others with sensitive skin or if applying it to a sensitive area or irritated area will need to dilute it. So an example of a sensitive oil would be peppermint. I can put it on my skin neat without any problem, but some people need to dilute it. Now, just a note, babies and small children and pregnant women are always considered sensitive, okay? So for babies and children, you'll always dilute it, especially small children, and for pregnant women, you'll usually want to dilute it. Now, one very common way to apply a diluted essential oil to small children is on the bottoms of their feet. So for example, you might dilute 1 drop of lavender on a child's feet to help them relax or calm down or even sleep. Now finally, D is for everyone across the board, dilute. When you see the D, never use it neat. Some examples of a hot oil are oregano or cinnamon oil. If you don't dilute it, you're going to know it right away because it is going to burn. It'll last for about a minute or two. It'll be irritating, it'll get red, and then it'll go away. Now if that does happen, don't use water to try to remove it. It'll only drive the oil deeper into your skin. So always use a vegetable oil or your fractionated coconut oil. Oil will bond with the essential oil and help you to remove it. And this is one of my very favorite blends. There are two products we're looking at here. One is the Deep Blue Essential Oil Blend. The other is the Deep Blue Rub, which has many of the same ingredients as the oil, but with a few additional that actually give it like an icy hot sort of effect, except without anything synthetic or toxic. Now, both of these have more than just pain relieving properties. The blue tansy and blue chamomile actually support your body in overcoming unhealthy levels of inflammation. Also, helichrysum and osmanthus are amazing oils. They actually support your body in creating healthy new tissues. So if you have tissue damage, whether connective tissues, muscles, or even broken skin, apply helichrysum to help activate and speed the healing process or use these blends. Now, if you have any aches and pains, soreness from exercise, tightness or stiffness in your hands or other joints, consider adding Deep Blue to your life because it is effective. You'll have both instant and consistent, right, results over time. Now here's a video from Alan telling his story using Deep Blue.
Hi, I'm Alan, and I have had a lot of pain and inflammation over the years. I've worked in the construction of film and television sets for the past 25 years on some great projects. House MD, True Lies, Independence Day, Wild Wild West, Godzilla, the list goes on, and I am extremely important. The work has taken its toll on my body. I've had some injuries. While working on John Carter of Mars, I really struggled. I struggled so much that I really felt like I was a slave to pain and inflammation. The average workday in the film construction industry is 12 hours, and 12 hours of handling heavy nail guns or swinging a hammer left my hands in extreme pain. And it was difficult sometimes to even sleep because the pain was so bad. I felt like I was an old man. I would take one step with my right foot and raise my left foot to that step. When working in the shop around my coworkers, found them often waiting for me because I was slow. I was much slower than them. I went to a specialist, and after his examination, he said there's really no cartilage damage, there's no tissue damage, it's just inflammation. His recommendation to me, take 2 months off and rest it up. It'll probably get better. I tried to cut a deal with him so he could pay my mortgage for those 2 months, and he wasn't agreeable to that, so I really didn't have the option. So I began trying different products that I had heard about, glucosamine and chondroitin. And I would buy large bottles of those and consume them liberally to try and overcome the pain. And I realized some benefits, but certainly did not take care of the problem for me. I remember one day, and ethically in my heart, realizing that I needed to either change my vocation or just retire and quit, which really honestly was not an option. I didn't know what I could do. I was at a loss as to where I would go from there. And fortunately, a close friend of mine introduced me to a blend of essential oils that was for pain and inflammation. And one night, I took this little vial with this beautiful light blue oil in it and put a few drops on the back of my hands and rubbed them in. And I went to bed. And when I woke in the morning, my hands were completely free of pain, and I was astonished. I was really, really pleasantly surprised. And my next thought was, how can I bathe in this stuff? Unfortunately, that was not an option, but I did learn about some supplements that were also very, very anti-inflammatory and very great for pain. Began taking those, and over the course of just a few weeks, all the pain that I had suffered with for over 30 years was gone completely, and has been gone ever since. I feel like my body has been renewed. The nutrition and the chemistry, the natural chemistry that's in the essential oils has given my body something it's been lacking for many years. As a result, I am able to run. I'm able to do activities that I never thought I would be able to do again. I take stairs 2 and 3 at a time. I feel light on my feet because I am much lighter on my feet. I've lost 26 pounds. It's just simply because my body gets the nutrition it needs and I don't find myself foraging for food all the time. Now I work circles around all my coworkers. They should give me a raise. And so I feel now as good as I've felt in my late 20s. I look around and see others who struggle like I struggled, and I feel their pain, and I feel grateful that I have an answer that I can share with them.
Yeah, I love Alan's story. It's such an awesome testimony and a great example, really, of how applying essential oils topically can bring dramatic internal healing effects. So definitely, if you or someone you care about is dealing with pain or excess inflammation, start using Deep Blue every day. If you're using the rub, you need just a tiny amount to feel dramatic soothing and relief. It's got menthol in it, which really kind of amplifies some of that pain relieving effect. And the oil oil blend also gives some instant relief, while both can really support your body in not only relieving pain, not only dealing with the symptom, but also dealing with the cause systemically.